So when I moved to California in 1998, after having started my real estate career in Connecticut in 1986, I knew the people I wanted to work for. They were two incredibly gifted, amazing leaders in San Diego County, and they were also in two other counties, but I wanted to work for them. Obviously, I didn't start there. I had to kind of earn my stripes even in California, no matter how long I'd already been doing it. But ultimately, I had the chance to work for these two amazing human beings. They were the formulaic example of the law of influence. People wanted to work for them. People followed their leadership. They engaged in what they did. They showed up. They participated. They produced. They did all of those things. And so when I finally got the opportunity to work for them, it was almost like a party. It was almost like camp. It was perfect for me. And also to make them proud in what I did, to provide to them a successful real estate branch, to give them a successful recruiting process, growing the company, growing profit, because I was following two incredibly talented, amazing, influential leaders. Fast forward 5.5 years later, they sold the company. Well, that became part of the problem because as things continue to progress, the new people weren't the same, and changes happened. And the biggest thing for me, quite frankly, was that the people that I had infinite respect for were being tremendously disrespected by the company that bought them that leadership, which I get it. I'm a business lady. I get it. I understand it. However, I was being recruited to leave, and because I couldn't watch what was being done to these truly gifted, talented, amazing leaders that I had been following successfully, I took that recruitment opportunity and I went to work for someone I'd known, but not someone I knew well. He had been an owner of a real estate company, and he was given the opportunity to be president of the county for this particular brand. And I was excited. I knew where I was going to be. I just going to rinse and repeat, do what I always do, because I kind of know how to do that stuff. And it wasn't very long that I realized that this man was not a leader. This man wanted to be the mayor. He wanted everybody to like him. And within a very short period of time, it was clear that he didn't know what to do. Nobody wanted to follow him. Managers disrespected him profoundly. It was an embarrassment. And now I will admit I have a problem when it comes to not respecting the people I work for. I just can't do that. I'm just not equipped. And I knew I was not going to last. And I lasted about a year and a half. And I left entirely because this man thought he was a leader, but he wasn't leading anybody. He was not self-aware enough to understand that he had no influence. He wasn't aware enough to realize that no one respected him. And I recognize that for me, I'm brave enough to leave and knowing I'm going to land on my feet, but I couldn't be in that environment. So you have this classic formulaic, absolute amazing law of influence personified leaders I got to work for. And then you have the other end of the spectrum. No integrity, no leadership, no honesty. It was an embarrassment to me. And I know that I'm not like most people in that I just couldn't be there. But it was formulaic, the difference between those two amazing human beings with the personification of influence and the other end of the spectrum where no one wanted to follow this guy. And it was a bad decision by the company. And ultimately, he was fired. It just screamed at me in terms of this wonderful John Maxwell book, because I got to experience absolute influence and integrity and honor and skill and all those bits. And then I got to see what not to do. If you think you're a leader and start taking a walk and no one's following, you're just taking a walk. I left and I landed on my feet.